So today I am joined by stars in the making. Elijah, Princess Jasmine, aka Dania, and little girl, what was her name?
Sophia
or something.
Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia.
What do you mean something? That's your daughter, bro.
No, I said Sophia. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Sophia slash production assistant for the day. I want to start off by saying, guys, I am so proud of what we put together in such a short space of time. A lot of people won't know this, but the pre-production, the prep, I think it made it. If we weren't as prepared as we were, we wouldn't have been able to achieve what we did. To be clear, the beginning 2 little scenes was improv. We didn't know there was going to be a Sophia until it happened. You know, it was dope for me. I really appreciate the effort. Yeah, I'm just. Also, let me tell the story to start when you guys can get into it. It was a cold, rainy day in King's Cross. When we met up, we had to wait for the rain to break to shoot, not knowing how long we would have. We were rehearsing under, what is it called? Those things, you know, outside the shops.
Oh, I don't even know what they're called. I know you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called.
We was underneath one of them on the street, just rehearsing, getting some last minute things in there. And I felt it. And by the time this comes out, people will have been able to see the scene. So they'll know what I'm talking about when I say it. Yeah, I've actually got some questions for you guys as well. So
You're for real? Okay.
Yes, I do have some questions. I didn't want to tell you before because, you know, yeah. So Princess Jasmine, what was the most surprising part of the process for you?
Probably how quick it was, like filming wise. Like we did it, I felt like in 20 minutes and it was done.
Definitely less than an hour.
Yeah.
I only got 2 takes of both of you. Because that's all I needed, because you guys were that prepared. It was amazing. How about yourself, Elijah? What was the most surprising part for you?
I won't even lie. It was the fact that we managed to pull it off on that day, because that day, it looked like all the odds were against us, like the way the weather was and everything. But the fact that there was that glimmer, there was that window of opportunity where the rain stopped for a bit and we smashed it out in that amount of time. Yeah, that was a surprise for me. Was there any surprise for you, Yana?
I was surprised to be in it.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I'm gonna take the time to also acknowledge this because it came to my mind after we shot. When I initially wrote this, I'm not gonna say where I was or what I was doing because people won't believe my writing process if I told them, but I didn't imagine the characters the way you guys portrayed them. It was a high intensity scene. I imagine it being some hood shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And when Elijah turned up suited and booted, it made my day. You guys don't understand, because for me, even with the mission that I have, I didn't dare to think that would be what you were portraying. So the fact that you wanted to portray that, it's powerful, bro. It's powerful. And it's a super relatable issue to a lot of people. But the fact that it wasn't just 2 people on a council estate or something like that, that in itself, it speaks volumes to potentially what this could do, the message it could have for people. And also, everyone's got problems. So kudos to both of you. Right, let's get into it. What was the standout point in the scene for the both of you? Like, which part really stuck at you?
I think for me is the way Charles is going about the situation, because for me, I find it interesting that he's trying to defend cheating, but like his whole thing about it is to do with Leah and what she did to him. So it's like we're in a situation where we see two people have done something wrong, and the way it was dealt with is just terrible. And obviously the effect it's having on, you know, the little one, Sophia.
Imaginary Sophia.
Yeah, imaginary Sophia. It's obviously terrible, but these are things that just happen. Like, we see one person did something wrong, and as opposed to the other person, I don't know, trying to figure out a healthy way to deal with it, they might go about, you know, getting back at them. But then their thing was, I'm only doing it because you did this to me. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really solve anything, does it? But yeah, it was just interesting.
I agree, but guess what? That's life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's life. That's what we see in today's society. It just happens. And I guess this kind of sheds a light on maybe, I don't know, figuring out healthier ways to deal with disputes.
Well, I didn't get to that, but because it all fell apart. But I thought that was important too. I don't like happy endings. I believe we have happy moments, but not always happy endings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How about you, Princess Jasmine?
I don't even know what to say that Elijah hasn't said already, to be honest. It was really interesting to see how each character was kind of talking to each other, but not really. Like, for example, the way I was saying things was like, not Leah was saying things was like, kind of, you know, and then, but she really meant something else. She really wanted to be with Charles, and then the same way Charles was kind of doing the same thing, and it felt like a conversation where both parties weren't really expressing what they truly wanted, and that was like interesting to see. And that is the reason why they blew up so much, you know.
Would you be surprised to hear that that's actually very accurate for like a lot of people's relationships, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mad. What stuck out to you, Sophia, as a bystander?
I really liked when, I can't even remember exactly what the line was, when Elijah, like, he was going to walk away from the situation and it was like, I'm done. And then he was like, actually, no, I've had enough. That stood out to me. Like, that resonated with me for like the whole day, because I was like, yeah, like, he'd got to his boiling point and he was like, I care about my daughter, but I'm also not going to let you like walk all over me in this situation. Yeah, I liked that.
Oh,
I just wanted to say something. I just find it really interesting that, like, Charles, obviously he cheated, so he's the bad guy, but like, it seems like he's dealt with a lot, like, behind, like, obviously we don't see it, but I feel like he's dealt with a lot of abuse. So although like we hear him, he cheated, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say all of this. This is after.
It's after.
Okay, cool. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, no, go all in. All
right, cool. So obviously he's cheated, but like, it seems like he had to have gone through so much before he got to that point. To the point where he's willing to, I guess, give up seeing his daughter just to defend himself from being abused any further. Like, that's crazy when you think about it. Obviously, I'm not saying that he's right for cheating. I'm not saying that, but like, I'm just trying to, you know, deep the situation, what he's been through. But obviously, there's two sides to this.
If I can, like, I was gonna say that as well. Something like when I saw in the script that when you have that whole thing of like, oh, you didn't like my mum, you didn't like my friends, you didn't. I even didn't know how to act, because I was like, how am I the good one here if I made you be completely alone in life?
I was thinking when I wrote it, I didn't want it to be clear cut between the two. So like, as an audience, you'd have reasons why you'd be on both of their sides or also against both of them. Because that's what life is. No one has a 100% clean record for the whole of their lives through someone's opinion. And it's gonna sound like such a weird thing to say. It's like, I'm sure before the time everyone dies, someone's gonna dislike you. It might be for an irrational reason, but someone's gonna find a reason in it. Like, that's how it is. And even because I watched it with my mum, I'm gonna tell you something now. Yeah. So I don't know when it's gonna drop, but anyway. So at this point, episode 6 is out of Too Late. So Elijah's character has been introduced to the audience, Ross. And when my mom was watching episode 6, she said to me, that guy needs acting lessons. He's really slow. And I had to explain the skit to her. And then she was like, oh, okay, I get it. And to me, it was cool because my mum, she's not interested in this per se, but she's interested in supporting me.
Mm.
When it came to watching you two scene, she was fully engaged. She had so much to say and she was really impressed with the both of you. So you get mummy's seal of approval and she thinks you're both very talented actors. She thinks Yana does an amazing child voice as well. Yeah, it was just, that to me is really good when you just, it was meant to be based on not my life, but somebody's life. Familiar enough that, you know, like, you know how it is, man. All right.
Mm.
If you could change the ending, if you could change the ending, what, or, okay, let me make it easier. If you could change the ending or any part of the script, now that you've done it, because you guys haven't even seen the finished version at this point. So that's what's cool. That's what's cool. If you guys could change anything, what would you change now?
More baby Sophia.
No, that's a good shout, to be honest. I feel like it would have made it even it would have made it even more like upsetting, because obviously we get to hear the actual child and then their parents start arguing. So,
That would have hurt.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right. If there was a prelude, what would you guys imagine it to be?
Can I pretend what's prelude? What does that mean?
Prelude is the story before this story.
What I thought it was. There we
You
go.
know what?
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking, imagine we see like the perspectives of both Leah and Charles with Sophia, like in their own separate times. And then this happens. And then after that is Sophia's perspective. Like, imagine that.
Do the voice, Yana.
Daddy took me to McDonald's and I got
Oh my gosh. Do you know one of my favorite moments was at the end of the second improv when Dania did that, go inside, I'll be in a minute. And then she just turned to man, bare serious.
Yeah. I wasn't even ready for that.
Bro, that was amazing. That was amazing. I don't think people understand how much preparation it takes to do these kinds of things. I do. So yeah, I'm really proud of both of you guys. And for me, it was cool to do it with Elijah because the Too Late character you have is nothing like this. So it was a great opportunity to see your range. And Princess Jasmine, this was our first W. So we shot together technically, but that's Too Late. Too Late's just it's the thing, but it's not the serious thing. Do you know what I mean? This is like my Champions League stuff. That's why I see it. So yeah, like I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. If you guys want to watch it before everyone else, I am happy to show you after this. Maybe I'm lying. Yeah, but I am super proud of you guys. I did have a couple more questions. Let me just look at my notes quickly. Okay, so do you think you would get along with your character?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I think I'll get along with Charles. Yeah.
No. I don't get along with most people, to be honest, especially like when it's there's people that are like too much and like hold a grudge and like, you know, always have attitude. I cannot do it. So no.
Fair enough. I think it's so interesting because it would be really cool if they could both say the things that they wanted to say at the right time, rather than it coming out when it's, irony, too late or something like that.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they both
Yeah.
had clear agendas. As Dania said, that they were having different conversations. It would have been really cool to see what it would have been like if they had the same conversation at the same time, you know?
To be fair though, like, to defend Charles, like, I feel like Charles put more out there. Do you know what I mean? I honestly feel like, because he genuinely explained what's upset him and his reasons for everything he did. Whereas Leo was more like, I'm not trying to hear that type vibe. Like,
let me correct you on that. Yeah, man had low self-esteem for years, and he cheated on her. They've broken up. Yeah, he's there doing whatever with his little gal on the side, not trying to rub it in her face, but it's still there. And now he decides to say, "This is why you can't keep a man."
okay, fair enough. I didn't know like the time frame between their breakup and all of this, to be honest.
Yeah, we didn't. That's fair. We didn't discuss that as a backstory, but in my mind, I just wanted it to be really muddy between them. So it's like, you're both wrong. You're both right, but you're both wrong. And I think we did a great job of showing that. The audience is I think they're gonna just find it hard to digest Leah, full stop, because that was a tough watch for me. Like, it just felt like she was so unreasonable until the point where she was like, "You think you can just dash me?" Like is crazy to me. And
I forgot about that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's so much between them, and it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. That's what's crazy about it. Okay, so the last thing I had written down. Part 2, yay or nay?
I mean,
Yay. 100%.
It's a yay. Okay. So I am looking forward to what happens in February when we do the live stage performance. What I would like to do, yeah, she's like, uh-oh, if you're not around in February, I'm going to have to recast. But yeah, the plan is to get through all 10, and then I'm going to write another 10. The ones that I guess I resonate with more, I'm going to do a part 2 to, and then I'm going to do some new ones as well. I might expand it because I haven't written in like 5 days, guys. Actually, that's a lie. I wrote part 2.5 today, but I haven't written something new. So I've got a few things I'm sitting on. But yeah, I'm definitely, I've appreciated working with you all for different reasons. The level of performance was high. Everyone else who wants to work with me, if they're not touching these standards, good luck to you, but good luck touching these standards in the first place, because it was very high. Yeah, I really appreciate what you guys have done, and I hope it encourages discussion for people. Even the way we were just talking about it, like, I feel like you guys could have gone at that, like, we could talk about even more, because we didn't get Princess Jasmine's perspective on the Leah situation, because Elijah was like, yeah, Charles, to defend. All right, let's do that. Yeah, Princess, defend Leah.
okay. In my defense, when I said before, like, oh, she hold a grudge, she has a right to hold a grudge. You know, they were a family. He ruined it. Maybe she said some things. There's also a piece in it where she's like, oh, you don't know what it's like to give birth or anything like that, which leaves a lot to the imagination of what could have happened. Like,
Can
maybe
I tell you what it was? Can I tell you what it was? Right. So, sorry guys, I've got to do some stirring real quick.
Okay.
Real life. That was to speak to a change in her sex drive. What a lot of people don't understand is after childbirth, you don't have the same, well, a lot of women don't have the same sex drive. And that was also to allude to supporting the whole idea of why he stepped out of the relationship and stuff like that. And that's why he said it's not even about that. so he knew what she was talking about as well. You know.
Okay.
So
When I was like, picking up the script, I was like thinking of so many things. I was thinking like, oh, her body changed. You might not be happy with that. She could be dealing with like some kind of postpartum depression. She could have been dealing with so many things that like I wanted to bring every single possible thing to that line. So that it would hit, wouldn't like pass, you'd pass over it. So because we don't know, well, you just said what it is, but because we don't actually know what it is, she could have been dealing with a lot too. And for you, and cheat on a woman who just gave birth
Whoa, we don't know when he cheated. We don't know when he cheated.
It was definitely after, right?
After, it must have been after the.
Yeah, she wouldn't have a kid with someone who cheated on her. So
I've been pregnant already.
We don't know.
Might have been pregnant already. I don't know.
Of what happened.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a full Leah defender, to be honest, because bless that woman,
Where was this when you were asked whether you'd get along with her? Like, where was this?
I don't get along with her, but I'm defending her.
I can respect someone without wanting to be friends with them. So, the only thing which is kind of like, oh, was that line of like, oh, you made me get rid of my family and whatnot, because like that's
he stepped away from his own mother.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even me and my mum were sitting watching it, it's like, she don't get along with your mum, why are you with her in the first place, bro?
Yeah.
Family.
There's some things that Charles needs to figure out, Like.
Charles was lacking for that. He chose over the fam.
But you know what? It could have been his mum's fault. Because remember when Leah said, oh, that woman never wanted us to be happy. Well, maybe she was just a horrible person.
Mums are still always right, so get over it.
I think in Leah's defense, though, like, we don't really know much about her. Like, we always hear of what Charles has done wrong, but we don't really know much about Leah's backstory. In Leah's mind, she could be like really insecure. She could have trust issues. She could have been in a relationship in the past where she's been cheated on. So in her mind, obviously, I don't know, I'm not Leah, but in her mind, she could be like, this is the way for me to keep this man and it to be successful is for him to be just about me. And then there's no opportunity for anybody else. So maybe in her mind, she's like, that's how our family is going to thrive. Like, we don't know.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah. That's very cool. I love this. Because the thing is, for me, people don't get it. It's like thoughts become things. And this was initially a thought. And the fact that we can talk about it, like, I hope people watch this who can relate to it and maybe find some sort of resolution or a step forward or progress in their own situations as well. Because the point that Dania made, I think that's the part that people always forget when it comes to these scenarios. Everybody's going through something, whether you know it or not, and it's just like, whatever side you're on, it doesn't mean the other person is still not a human being. It doesn't mean that they're still not going through stuff. And again, we don't know. We don't know any of that stuff. But as an audience, we're still going, ooh, no. It's like, but we don't have all the information. So I think it's really cool to look at it from that perspective. So thank you for allowing me to see it from the unknown as well. Because I knew what I envisioned when I wrote it. I left holes on purpose to allow it to be a bit more malleable to people's situations. But at the same time, like, you brought up a very important point, like, nobody knows what people are going through. You have no idea. So yeah, I enjoyed watching it. And yeah, this is gonna end up being shorter than I thought it would be, but I think this is a good note to end it on. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to say whatever you want to say, and then I'm gonna let you watch the scene before everyone else. Yay! Look how loud. Oh. And by the way, safe travels, Elijah.
No, I appreciate it.
When this premieres, You're gonna be living your life.
Yeah, and I'll be sharing it out there still.
Yeah. All right, last word, Sophia.
Thank you for doing your best as parents.
Last words, Princess Jasmine.
Honestly, thank you to all of you. It was like such a welcoming, so easy to film everything. It didn't even feel like we were working. It felt like just we were hanging out, especially since we were all talking and stuff.
And we did hang out beforehand.
And we did hang out before and after. So really day out, to be honest, and then do like a fun movie. So that was really fun. And like when it was time to work, everyone like pulled their weight and did, was incredibly professional. So yeah.
I wish I could say that about my other productions. Boo, boo, boo. All right, go on. Elijah.
Yeah, literally, obviously, just a successful day and a successful production. And I just wanted to say, like, if you're watching at this point, comment down your interpretation of what you just watched, and let us know what we may have not said and what you take away from this. So yeah,
you're good at this. All right, now let me remix it because Yana kind of spoiled it, but we're gonna do it again. Last words from Sophia. Go.
Can we go to McDonald's next week, Dad?
Gotta do the voice.
McDonald's next week so I can get another toy.
Last words from Charles post scene.
Wait, I'm so confused. What are we doing?
Last words from Charles.
Yeah, we can go to McDonald's, but don't tell Mum, please.
Last words from Leah.
Purge everything, cook her a proper meal, please.
And on that note, guys, take care.